Hello everyone, welcome to the first episode of The Truth in My Opinion of the year 2026, and possibly last if the geopolitical situation gets any worse. This is just a little reminder up top of the year that if you would like to financially support the podcast and in the process gain access to exclusive newsy content, including a bonus fourth headline from every single guest and a bonus news podcast that is released every 2 weeks, then please do head to Patreon and search The Truth in My Opinion podcast and sign up. In the meantime, enjoy this episode. Hello and welcome to The Truth in My Opinion, the podcast where I ask a guest to bring me the 3 news stories they think should be on everyone's lips. And this week, in what promised to be the most explosive hour of 2026 before America broke international law and bombed Venezuela, I'm joined by comedian, actress and singer Katie Norris.
Triple threat.
Triple threat. Katie, how are you?
I'm very, very good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you finding the beginning of World War III?
Oh, perfect.
Yes.
I've slipped on the ice, I think 3 or 4 times already.
Excellent.
And my Apple Pay button has broken on my phone, so I had to flirt my way onto the tube this morning.
It's really falling apart for you.
I know. Well, I was like, I'm going to be late for Cody Darla's podcast. And they were like, I don't know who that is. And I was like, Cody Darla, you thicky dam. and I got on for free.
You
and I've got they rang ahead and said Katie's getting off at King's Cross. I've got to do the journey back free as well.
You're joking.
I'm raw dogging London today.
You're joking. That's incredible. I didn't know they can do that. They call ahead and someone at the gates let you on.
Surprisingly easy, I'd say.
I mean,
if you want a free ride on the tube, just pretend you're. Well, no, it's not.
Pretend you're coming on this podcast.
Yeah, and they're like, this way, madam.
Yeah, I think they're creating a special tube in 27 just for the guests of this. I'm glad you brought up flirting.
I brought up flirting already.
We've been chatting before this podcast for about solid 20 minutes, and every other sentence has been an anecdote about you flirting with someone new.
Well, the last time we saw each other was at the BBC audio party.
And you were flirting with me.
Well,
You weren't.
Okay, good.
You weren't. Don't worry.
Why do you think you're on this pod? But I know I told you, didn't I? I've started doing this thing where when I'm drunk, I tell men I fancy them when I don't.
Yeah.
But I think I don't know what that's about. There's a hurt part of me.
Is that what? I mean, have you done any thinking about why you might be doing it, or are you just a people pleasing nature?
I mean, it's obviously working.
Yeah, exactly. Look what it's getting you spots on podcasts. For God's sake, where next? The Piccadilly line?
Oh my God, I don't know. Joe Rogan.
But you flirted. Tell me about your latest flame, because this is an incredible story.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, it's early days.
Don't worry about repeating it word for word. I'll just pretend that this is the first time I'm hearing it.
Well, yeah. I mean, I flirted too hard with a man on the front row last year.
Of one of your comedy gigs.
Of one of my comedy gigs, and now I have met someone. I'm seeing somebody. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wow. Truth bombs today.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is against my brand, because my friend Tatty said that I can't meet anyone because I'm a childless cat lady and should be alone forever.
Okay, you've got a Miss Havisham persona. Is that right?
What?
Listen, I'm picking some words. I'm picking the words out of some articles I've read about you. So,
on Reddit?
Yeah, this is what people are saying about you, not me.
Well, I did my 8 out of 10 Catsters countdown debut on Christmas Eve, and a man messaged me to tell me I was as funny as syphilis. Which I think
very Miss Havisham.
Arguably is one of the funnier STDs, and is growing globally.
Yes. Yeah, it's true. Your career is growing hand in hand with syphilis, the rising cases of syphilis. But you're now in a sort of relationship because you flirted with someone. You're seeing someone.
I can't say the words yet.
Yeah,
publicly.
Can you tell me about?
Tell
me more about it.
I was gigging in Oxford, and there were 4 brothers on the front row, and I was sort of flirting with all of them, as you can imagine.
Yeah,
eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and he thinks I'm sound as fuck. He thinks I'm quality. And I'm never, ever dating a frustrated, creative, intellectual man in London ever again. It's all about the tradesman.
Yes. I mean, so
he's got a trade. He's a welder, a labourer, makes bespoke metal furniture. And he brought his toolbox to my house, and he's going to fix the floorboards in the squeaking.
Oh, my God. This is incredible. You're dating a normal person.
Yeah, I think 2026 is the year we should date tradesmen.
Tradesmen. Yeah, it's about time they get some attention.
Well, he's more employable than someone that went to Oxbridge.
Totally. I mean, this is what happens when you take a small step out of this pathetically overeducated liberal elite in Hackney, in the east part of Hackney.
Again. That's why I live in Acton.
You live in Acton?
Yeah.
Do you like Acton?
Yeah, because I don't live in Hackney.
Fair enough. There's a higher density of tradesmen in Acton, I'm imagining?
No, it's not actually. Stray cats, yes, but not men in New Balance trainers.
New Balance, is that what the tradesmen are wearing? New
No,
Balance?
that's what
the hipsters.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
hipsters. You have been described as the Taylor Swift of comedy.
That's self-described.
And I was going to say you've described yourself as that.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk me through what similarities you have with the greatest showgirl on the planet?
Well, I mean, she's growing globally like syphilis, I suppose.
STDs.
But I guess I write songs about stories of like relationships and dating. That's the way I sort of heal myself.
Yeah.
I sing to the nation.
Yeah.
I think I'm quite a good singer. I'm trained.
You are. You're also in a musical double act, right?
Oh, Norris and Parker. Yeah.
Norris and Parker.
Yeah, for years. Yeah.
So
yeah.
are you a trained singer?
Yes.
Wow.
Trained. Yeah.
Did you do like serious singing before comedy singing?
So I did musical theatre and I did a grade 8 classical.
Bloody
but I don't think
hell.
I can sing as well as classical now because I vaped so hard.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my voice is broken. It has.
Seriously?
Yeah,
It's
well,
got
when a
deeper.
woman gets singing, it matures.
No.
Well, they say that with opera singers. So I'm
Really?
30, nearly 36, so my voice has dropped an octave. I'm now not a mezzo, I'm an alto.
Is that a natural? Could you stay at a mezzo if you kept singing professionally? Or
Yeah, but
okay.
I think a woman's voice does change over time. Obviously.
Okay.
I can't wait to sound,
And with the added addition of a double apple,
Yeah.
you're really transforming those vocal cords.
Yeah.
Throughout the course of this podcast, your voice might get deeper.
Yeah. My balls will drop.
So, Katie, you are doing a show at the moment,
I am.
or in
Well, it's
March.
coming back,
Sorry,
yeah.
your show is coming back. Your Fringe show is called Go West, Old Maid. Do you want to tell us a little bit about what it's about? I'll just say for the listener, it's on at the Soho Theatre, 16th of March to the 21st of March.
Yeah, a week.
In a whole week, not in a week, a whole week. So yeah, I mean, you've got the next 40 minutes to really impress, really
pressure.
shift those tickets.
I will.
What's it about? This is your Fringe show from last year.
Well, a lot of it's about my relationship with my dad, actually. But it's also about kind of what my legacy might be if I don't have children of my own, if I want them or not. And then at the end, I find a play that my dad wrote me before he died, and I get some of the audiences to help me stage it. It's about legacy.
Legacy.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I read your dad went to boarding school with Boris Johnson's dad.
So my dad went to school with Stanley Johnson.
Wow.
Yeah, and he emailed him during the pandemic, my dad. I found these emails between them. And my dad emailed Stanley Johnson saying, I have a photo around 1950 of you and I standing side by side in our Cubs uniforms. I have more badges than you and I am much slimmer. I think the Daily Mail could be persuaded to use this if you don't rein in that boy of yours. He is a disaster! Nothing short of resignation will do! In caps lock.
No.
Stanley Johnson replied to my dad saying, do send the photo if you can. No comment on your comment except to say rain with a G. I fear spell check has let you down. And I've got the photo and I will show it to you if you want.
I want to see it so bad.
Yeah.
I want to see it so bad.
We'll have
That's
to,
crazy. Was that the end of the back and forth, or does it continue?
And then I think
Also, that's
Stanley
a low
Johnson said
blow.
to my dad, are you still living near Barnstable?
Then they just started chatting.
Yeah.
Just two posh men started chatting. Yeah. Rage can only take you so far, isn't it? That's a low blow from Stanley Johnson, if you ask me. Spell check. I hate it when people do that.
I know,
Like,
I know.
you've got spelling error. It's like, well, if you listen to what I was saying,
No.
yeah, there is no getting around it. To be fair, yeah, he has a point. Katie, are you? I ask this to every guest. Are you a newsy person?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
You enjoy the news?
Yeah, if you get your news from Reddit.
From stupid
You.
sources. God damn it! It worries me every time.
No, I am
People
a newsy person. I had a bit of trouble trying to find some articles for this just because every time I sent Becky, your producer, an article, she was like, could we have something that's not like the Titanic sinking in 1912?
all of them were like 10 years old. Yeah,
I know,
yeah.
but I was like, we should be talking about this. I wanted to talk about the US tourist who got locked in Waterstones 11 years ago.
Yes, and then I saw it's also, it doesn't help when the Guardian put that big bright yellow thing where they're like, this article is 13 years old.
It's like when I was in the top 10 best shows at The Guardian in 2016.
This
it's
article is
9
13
years ago,
years
and she's still a tour guide. still a part-time tour guide.
I mean, you're sort of, these articles you're sending us, it's borderline like his historical podcast. You're turning this into a historical podcast.
Well, I like to live in the past.
Where all your mistakes are.
Yeah.
So are you like Guardian? You Guardian reader?
Yeah, I'm a Guardian reader. Yeah.
Standard.
My dad would be turning in his grave if I read anything else.
Yeah, nice.
But occasionally I'll get targeted by, obviously like the Daily Mail and the Sun, and I have been guilty of sort of clicking on one a couple of times.
Really? I mean, they're good at that.
No, they are.
Also, whenever there's a Daily Mail article, I will say this: it's probably a Daily Mirror article.
Yeah,
they pretty much copy and paste. I think
yeah.
So anyone who's tempted to buy, because it is tempting sometimes, because the article is normally quite interesting. Don't pay.
Hell yeah! You're telling me.
Don't pay the 99p is what I'm saying. Don't pay the 99p to access the Mail online. It's probably in the Daily Mirror. Okay, Casey.
I've been reviewed by the Daily Mail, I think.
You
I think
have?
I got 3 stars. They said I should have had a piano with me on stage, but that would have been awkward because I don't play the piano, so I would have just been there.
What, just there as
Yeah.
like vibes?
Yeah, I should have been playing
Just
the piano,
leaning
and
on
singing.
it. Oh, I
Yeah,
see. Well, the male culture bit, they're a bit different, aren't they? I think
What do
they're.
you think I popped up there?
No,
Katie Norris on page 3. Bring back page 3.
No, it's in like they're the liberals, the Daily Mail, the culture bit, the ones who do all the comedy reviewing. They're not like.
Oh, I don't know.
I
Yeah.
don't fucking know either. Okay, Katie. Well, thank you so much for first of all coming on the podcast. Obviously, thank you for your ancient news headlines that we have really scrambled on the internet to update in some way. And we have succeeded to varying degrees. We'll let the listeners be the judge of how well. So, Katie, please, this is your news hour. If you could please deliver your first headline.
The British countryside could be teeming with wildcats.
Very good. I like that. They should do more sound effects on the news. Definitely.
should.
So what's this story? The British countryside is or could be teeming with wildcats.
Well, they're going to reintroduce the European wildcat
Yeah.
into the countryside, which has been extinct for over 100 years. Although there are a few of them that remain in the Scottish Highlands.
Yes.
So I'm quite passionate about rewilding itself.
Okay.
You understand? Have you ever heard of Knepp Farm in Sussex?
No.
So it's an estate and farm where the land was dying and the farmers couldn't. I grew up on a farm, by the way. This is the context.
Okay.
I'm a bit of a farm girl.
You're a farm girl.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say.
You stink of
you
shit.
stink.
But I'm quite sort of passionate about sort of like rewilding projects.
Yeah.
Having grown up on a farm on Exmoor myself.
Yeah.
And what they've done, Knepp Farm, is they reintroduced these animals onto their land in order to kind of restore the ecosystem and make the soil sort of fertile again. And they reintroduced into the land these pigs, these cows, these deer. And then what's happened is you've got like storks giving birth to baby chicks that haven't been seen for over 600 years, and owls and butterflies.
Oh, wow.
And the land is now completely restored, whereas prior to that they were pumping loads of chemicals into the earth. And you can go and visit Knepp Farm in Sussex. It's this beautiful kind of landscape and working farm.
So what is the farm? Because I thought when you mentioned farm, you thought, and you said, adding more animals.
Yeah.
And then you mentioned like pigs and cows. They're animals that I would expect to be on a farm.
Well, they're a certain breed of cows.
Right,
So
like a
Exmoor
wild.
ponies.
Oh, right.
They're like called Tamworth pigs that were used in like medieval times.
Oh, so they're like oldie-timey
Yeah.
animals.
Yeah, and
before
so-
we've like genetically modified them.
Yeah, and made them look insane.
pale.
Like Peppa Pig. Yeah, which we're like,
Yeah, and
I eat this from Peppa Pig.
before we animated them. Yeah, and made them
Animated
children's
them.
entertainment.
And made anime. But so they're rewilding these cats, these
Okay.
European wildcats, who are going to be like helping, because that's why cats were domesticated in the first place, because they would help farmers keep the rodents down. You would always have a cat on a ship to kill the rodents, stop the
Yes.
spread of diseases.
So a wild cat.
Yeah.
I think lion, but it's not. Is it like?
Okay, well, no, a European wildcat, it looks like it's quite a fit cat. Like it's a unit, but it's like, it's a tabby cat with a bushy tail. They're
Okay.
otherwise known as woodcats.
Uh-huh.
And they exist, in the Scottish Highlands, but they're an endangered species. And they're going to repopulate, they're going to take them to Devon, and they're going to release about 100 into the wild, apparently,
Yeah.
by 2027. But I think there's already an animal living on the moors.
Yes, and here we come to your 93-year-old story.
Actually,
no,
yeah.
I'm joking.
No, but what again? How would you act if I told you that I'd seen the Exmoor beast?
No, stop. Okay. So first of all, what is tell me what the Exmoor beast is, and then you can tell the story about.
I
whether
looked in the mirror. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. No, I haven't seen the Exmoor beast, but I'm desperate to. So I grew up on a farm for most of my life on Exmoor, on the Brendan Hills. It's the highest point of Exmoor where I grew up. Really harsh weather conditions. I grew up in a 16th century farmhouse, no central heating, 10 miles from a bus route. It explains a lot, doesn't it?
What the hell? Yeah, that's why your face is so covered in calluses.
Now, that's why I go up to men at
no
parties
fingers.
and go, I fancy you. But the Exmoor beast, there were sightings that started in about the 1970s, right?
Yes. Is this the same thing as the
beast of Bodmin?
Yes, the beast of Bodmin.
So they're puma and sort of panther-like creatures that have been seen in that area of the UK.
Yeah.
Also, I think they've spotted panthers in Staffordshire.
Yeah.
And I know it sounds far-fetched and quite sort of weird and mythological, but it's not too far-fetched because in the 1970s there was the Dangerous Animal Act where it became illegal to own exotic pets. And a lot of posh families owned panthers and pumas and lions and sphinx cats. And instead of euthanizing them or registering them, they released them into the wild. And so I think there's quite a few sightings of the Exmoor beast in the 1970s. The Royal Marines spent 6 weeks hunting it on Exmoor.
That's crazy.
Never found it.
Is this the one? Is this what they started hunting for it because there was like 100 sheep or something?
A farmer I think lost about 400 sheep in quite a short period of time, and they found puncture wounds on the neck that didn't kind of seem like it was by a dog or a fox. I think one farmer found a sheep in a tree. Stop it. Yeah, you need to take this more seriously.
Sheep in a tree. They're like, hang on, this can't be a dog.
Anyway, but essentially, they're releasing these wildcats, these cute little tabbies into the wild. But, they need to understand as well, there is potentially a bigger threat. Although they've adapted to their environment if they're still there.
Yeah, so this was in the 70s.
I'm mental. You've got listeners now. They're like, I'm putting John Tothill on again. Who's this harpy banshee?
We want to know about what's going on in local government, not this shit from the 70s.
Hey, this is
sheep
important.
in a tree.
Hey, come on, guys, get with
No,
it.
it is important. It is important because it's quite possible that he's still out there.
Well, I think Exmoor itself is about 600 kilometres. It encompasses about 600 kilometres. It's massive. And it's got a lot of remote terrain, like hedge banks. There are caves as well. And they could be living in there. I don't think there's many of them. And they also may have died out. We don't know.
Yes. So it's likely that it's someone's panther. Someone's panther has been released onto Exmoor.
Potentially a few.
A few, yeah. And it's throwing sheep into streets. I'm sorry, a sheep.
But this was more in the 70s and 80s because I think they may have died out now.
Yeah, okay. But there was an Amazon documentary 2 years ago.
Oh,
so it might not be on your radar yet.
No.
About a sighting of this black panther in Staffordshire.
Yes, in Staffordshire, the Staffordshire panther.
Yeah.
And they found a skull as well. They found a puma skull.
So I mean, it sounds quite likely that like you say, they've just been just posh people don't want to look after them anymore. They let them, and they assume they'll die.
Yeah, but that's the thing, and they have a lifespan of about 12 to 15 years old.
Right.
But they come out at night, so you wouldn't come out at night. So they. This is so important, by the way.
Yeah, this is cutting edge. But so
God, I'm going to get a lot of new followers on this.
So hang on. So why? Also, this is the loose premise of the podcast is that this, headline one is the most important story. Mm-hmm. Why is this your most important story, Katie Norris? Why do you think the Wildcats is up there? Should be on everyone's lips.
Because I do a lot for the cat community. I have a cat myself, obviously, but I have a lot of stray cats living in my garden, and I think they would love to relocate to Devon. I don't know why we're repopulating Somerset with these European wild pedigree cats when we've got stray cats living in Acton that need a good home. And I caught one and had it neutered, and now it lives on a farm in Wiltshire and has a lovely life.
Really?
Yeah, so I had a stray cat that was attacking my cat. Really unhappy.
Because it wasn't neutered?
It wasn't neutered, but it was particularly angry.
Right.
And another neighbour had her cats hospitalised from this particular stray cat. So me and this neighbour called Loveday, of course, we teamed up. She's called Loveday, yeah. We saved the day because we got we hired a cage from a cat charity. I put it in my garden. We caught the stray cat.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like
we had a trap.
Paid for it to be neutered and then drove it to Wiltshire where it lives on a farm.
You deported it?
It's guys.
You deported
Hey,
a
it's
cat.
happier now.
So hang on, I just want to unpick what you just said. You said we shouldn't be importing foreign cat species. We should be looking after our own. Why are we giving foreign cats nice areas? You're deporting
Scotland.
cats from London to some farm in Wiltshire where this farmer's spinning you a yarn about giving it a good life. It's been
Hey,
shot in the head.
He looks great.
You're
in
a
the
monster.
photos. No. Oh my God, no. Stop it. I'm rewilding.
You're rewilding bullshit.
Oh, I think, how many stray cats do you live near?
Quite a lot. I must admit,
And
quite a lot.
do you think they'd be happier on a Devon farm?
What are they doing on the farm though? I don't
Killing
understand.
rodents and mice.
Right.
And not getting in fights.
Okay, so
Yeah.
they're kind of going back to what their original purpose was.
Yeah, I'd hate to be a stray cat living in London. I think it's a hard life.
Well, so they're sort of unemployed.
Yeah, but they're getting in fights. They're hurting each other.
There's too many people in the country. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. Yeah, and they should be. I think they should be neutered because.
They should be.
Yeah, and that's why they're worried about introducing these European wildcats, because they think they're going to breed with the domesticated cats.
That sounds like a mess waiting to happen, to be honest.
Yeah, it does.
Because there's unneutered cats are out of control. You add wildcats to that, we might have a problem.
And Exmoor beast.
and the Exmoor beast.
We got ourselves
There's
a
going to
very
be
strange
sheep all
cat.
over the place.
There's sheep in trees. Anyway, so I really do think the public needs to be made aware.
Okay, very good.
And we should all, just look after our cats.
Okay, Katie, thank you. That's an excellent headline one. Very interesting. If you could please now deliver your second headline.
Are we dating the same guy? How Facebook is helping women unmask cheaters, narcissists, and abusers.
Okay, now we're cooking with gas.
Now we're
Now-
we're sucking diesel. Isn't that from? No, I don't know. Whatever. So, are we dating? Had you heard of these groups prior to me sending you this?
I'm not sure whether it's one of those things where I'm like, oh, I've heard of this, or whether it just makes so much sense that I've tricked myself into hearing it.
Right.
So I'm going to say no, I hadn't. What is it?
So it's a series of it's a network of private Facebook groups globally, but it started in New York, and it's women who are like mostly dating men. And it's a closed group. Obviously, it's private, where you post about a man that you've that you've dated, or you think women should be aware of, to warn others. Basically, you may have met on an app, you may have met off an app, but generally it's app dating, and it's kind of really kicked off. And I joined the London one a couple of years ago.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, someone recommended it to me because I've been on and off the apps for about 5 years or whatever in London, and I'd be lying if I said I didn't write someone's name in that I've dated to see if anything comes up.
So the idea is it's women who are dating men, and they join these groups, and you post the name, and then people will tell you, or a picture, and they'll tell you whether they're dating the same guy.
So a kind of example would be a woman will post a photo of a man from a dating app, and she will say, she won't give his full details, that's not allowed, but you'll say maybe his initial, age, location, and then potentially her experience with that man might be something like, I've been dating this man for a while. I found out that he has a wife and children, or he abused me in some way, or he's violent. And then women will be like warned of that man, or there'll be comments saying like, "Oh, this guy did this to me. I can't believe I've seen this guy," or "This guy's been posted on another group."
Right.
And it's women taking control themselves basically because like the police have let them down. It's a network where women basically have each other's backs, except it kind of has a bit of a moral dilemma because there are women going on there, not a lot, but like there have been women going on there and they're maybe disgruntled or a little bit upset with a man. They're trying to get revenge, and they'll maybe say something that's not true.
I see. Right.
And so there are men trying to get them to be taken down.
I mean, some of the examples are crazy. There's like someone basically there was an example where someone posted, someone was like, I've been dating this guy, and a woman commented was like, that's my fiance.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And
or there's like where women have been like on holiday with a man and made out with him, and then I think there was one woman who had just moved in with him back home and had moved all her stuff in, and they just got engaged, and then it turned out that he had like a series of girlfriends.
Oh my God.
I mean, it's pretty intense. And like for a while I had to mute it because I was feeling a bit overwhelmed by it. Because it is it's quite crazy that these groups exist. Well, it's not crazy, but like it's like they exist for a reason, and it's because like the landscape of dating is just like it's changed so much, or it's just that the internet now provides a space where women can do it. very openly.
I mean, the number of people in the groups is mental. Like you say, I think you said it started in New York. I mean, that
The first one's New York. Yeah,
there's like 200,000 people in it.
but they have them all over.
Yes,
the
and
England
there's
there.
like little subsections. I saw in the article you sent. They've got one for is it Blackheath and Darwin or something
exactly.
like that in the UK.
And
Like
you'd be surprised who's in
and
there.
there's like 2,000 people in it.
Yeah.
Like all of these tiny pockets.
Yeah, and there'll be a man that pops up and like 50 women going, not him again.
Jesus.
But it's prolific, and it's just men I guess need to be held accountable. But it's that age old thing of like a woman's worst fear is being murdered by a man's worst fear is being humiliated by a woman.
Yes.
And it's like they just don't want to be laughed at or whatever.
Yeah.
And if there is a man that's like worried about being on these groups, it's like, well, if you haven't done anything wrong,
right,
then you haven't really got anything to worry about, because if the woman who's accusing you doesn't have any evidence, or maybe she doesn't like have the receipts or whatever to show, but it's if you haven't done anything wrong, I think maybe it's not that.
Yeah, I mean,
it.
but there was literally someone who was like, who posted and they found out through this group that their partner had murdered someone.
Yeah,
like it was literally like,
it's crazy. So there's this they've introduced this law called Claire's law.
Yeah.
So Claire Wood was murdered by a man she met on Facebook about 10 to 15 years ago maybe. And you weren't able to access a partner's previous criminal history,
right,
but now you can kind of see if someone's got like any
previous convictions or problematic behaviour.
And
so
they do. So you can do a Claire's law on someone. You can find out, and a lot of men have previous convictions.
And that the police is like legally obliged to give you it, right? Yeah. And so I guess this is what you mean about these spaces online are kind of taking over from where the police have failed. So it's women basically trying to bring about their own Claire's law.
Yeah, absolutely.
By sharing their experiences.
And there's no doubt in my
men.
mind that they should exist.
Yeah.
Save lives, definitely.
And so tell me about your experience of them. Have you caught anyone out that you were dating through the site?
So I did see someone I dated on there, because I've had some awful experiences with men on and off the dating apps in the last sort of like 5 or 6 years in London. Like nothing that would warrant like criminal. Like, I wouldn't like nothing that needs to go to the police. But like I've had some pretty horrendous situations. Like gaslighting and like questionable behavior. And I haven't written the name of every man I've dated onto these Facebook groups, because some of them have been lovely, and I know that they won't be on there. But there have been a few that I have, and one guy did pop up that ghosted me after sex, and a woman was like, "Oh, anyone got any tea?" That's what they say. Any tea on this guy? And I was like, "Wow, there's the guy." And I think he was a prolific dating app user, because he was sort of quite strange. He acted like he couldn't remember who I was. It was a bit weird. I was like, "How many dates are you going on every week? Where do you have the time?"
Well, that's one of the things you sent 2 articles, and one of the title of the other one was "How did they have time?" And it's like people who have like
it's a Tinder swindler, isn't it?
The Tinder swindler, yeah. So do these when you typed in that guy's name and you saw he was on there, does that make you feel better, or is that like?
Well, yeah, I guess there's a kind of a feeling of a community, because sometimes when you're single and you're not having a great time dating and it's accumulating over time, it's quite lonely, and all your friends are pairing up and getting married, but you're still going out and being sort of like continually disrespected, not always like in the worst way, but like someone maybe not texting back or whatever. It can accumulate over time, and you can feel quite lonely and isolated. And now it's like a space where there are women maybe having the same experiences, but I did mute it after a while, just because I felt like it was just getting a bit too much, made me a bit depressed and despair a little bit,
just
and lose faith in men, I think.
Yeah.
And I don't want to lose faith in men, because, well, I've met a lovely man now, but also I know lots of lovely men in my life, but I do think there are some men out there that need to be held accountable. But I do think that, if you're going to post about a man on that group, make sure that, you're not doing it from a place of revenge.
Yes.
Or at least, is it worth, if you do feel safe, maybe having a conversation with him to hold him accountable for his behavior first in your, in a private conversation before going out and warning women. Is he really a danger to other women?
It's really interesting. And I guess the other flip side is that I noticed that in the article they were saying about powerful men, like the danger of these Facebook groups, and the fact that they're on like Meta and these tech sites is that if you it's like fine if you're a normal bloke, because people don't have the money, but if they're like, there have been cases where people have kind of been fucked over by and abused by very, very rich and influential people who
Yeah.
go direct to Meta to get their like contact details, and then they like sue them.
Yeah, because it costs a lot of money to obviously have a civil lawsuit against somebody, and there are men that are accusing these groups of defamation or libel or whatever, because it obviously exists on the internet.
Yeah.
And they think they've lost work, or it's caused some emotional distress to them, and so they've tried to sue or take down these groups. And I think the Chicago one was taken down,
Really?
and then reinstated
Because of someone suing.
because of man sued. Yeah.
Jesus.
But these are men with money.
Yeah.
Who think they can throw money at the situation.
Yeah, I know. Some things never change.
Yes. But I think these groups exist for a reason, and I think it's about kind of teaching men how to listen, because we've sort of like empowered women.
Yeah.
I think they're catching up.
Yes, I mean, in a way, it's probably a rare example of the internet being used for good, for
good.
collective solidarity,
Yeah,
sharing.
because these kind of women have had each other's backs for centuries, and it's like. Just imagining a man right now listening to this and sort of falling asleep to my voice here as I mentioned the witch trials. But don't worry, the tarot's coming at the end.
The witch trials very recent news for you, obviously.
Yeah, obviously I was trying to find articles from 1616. That's what I was going to bring in the Malleus Maleficarum. Women used to meet basically alone centuries ago. They were called red tents and moon lodges, and they would meet during full moons and when they were menstruating and around childbirth, and they would speak and they would share wisdom without men. That was the rule.
Right.
But a lot of these were erased during the witch trials, so women didn't have a space to talk alone anymore. So yeah, they're back. They're on Facebook.
Now they're back. It's Facebook.
Yeah.
Well, what a way to. What a way to link the witch trials to
Can I link
Facebook.
it to cats as well?
You can if you want.
Yeah, so the plague, yeah?
Yeah.
You know the plague, yeah?
Yeah.
Like the Black
I know
Death
the plague.
in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the
So
plague.
the reason it spread was because not one of the only reasons, but they killed a lot of cats during the witch trials because they were associated with witchcraft. And cats would stop spread of the plague.
Of course, the rats.
Yeah. So that's why a lot more people died, because they killed the cats.
Wow. So more crazy cat ladies, fewer plague deaths.
Yeah, exactly.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
What a way to end. Katie, thank you. That's
I saw you on that group, by the way.
Oh, shut up.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Shut up. Shut up. Thanks so much for that second headline, Katie. If you could please now deliver your third and final headline.
Do. Restaurants turn the table on bad reviewers.
Do you want to tell me what this headline is about?
So it's about reviewing. Well, we live in a world where reviews are everywhere, aren't they? Everyone wants to be reviewed.
Yep.
And now there's a restaurant reviewing their customers.
Yes. So they're inverting it. They're flipping it.
They are. They don't want you to review them. They review you, and then they add you to. If they like you, they add you to an elite WhatsApp group where you can get bookings ahead.
Yes.
Or you find out if they don't like you because they block you from being able to book a table again.
You can't book, exactly.
Yeah.
What is the restaurant? Do you remember the name of the restaurant?
It's in Notting Hill, isn't it?
Dorian's.
Yeah.
Dorian's.
I'm not allowed there,
in
obviously.
Notting Hill. No, you're destructive. You're one of their destructive customers. Well, it's quite interesting because they're basically, like you say, they just ignore bad reviews, of which there are some that are like, they're a bit snooty in there, which sort of, I guess, sticks, sort of stands up. Do you think you've ever been reviewed by a restaurant? Have you been barred?
Well, I mean,
for a
I've
restaurant?
worked in hospitality for like 15 years as a waitress.
So you must rate customers all the time.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I think I'd love to obviously be in that position of power for a change, because obviously as a waiter you can feel a little bit like, a bit of a cuck or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't think I would like to be reviewed as a customer.
Why? Do you think you'd get a bad review?
No, I don't. I just want to relax. I'm paying loads of money, but I'm nice anyway.
But this isn't like
Yeah.
it's not like a reviewing experience, is it? You're not going in to be reviewed. You're just going in. You're being a customer.
Yeah.
And then they're secretly reviewing you. So actually,
Oh yeah, because it's not public, is it?
Yeah. So they don't
yeah.
like. It's not because there are those weird restaurants out there where they're rude to you, and that's part of the charm.
Yeah,
They're
Wong
like,
Kai
"Fucking sit
in
down."
Chinatown. Have you been to Wong Kai?
No, is that one of them?
So Wong Kai, I think, is the oldest Chinese restaurant in Chinatown, and they are infamously rude to their customers. Or that's what it was famous for anyway. And I've been there a couple of times on a date, no less.
And they've been rude.
Well, they're quite funny. They sort of come up behind you and they move your chair if it's in the way, and and I'm
While you're eating.
Yeah. They don't give a shit.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
they're definitely reviewing customers. They can't
fair-
stand you.
Fair play. Fair play.
Fair play. But do you think it's a good idea? Reviewing customers?
Yeah. I mean, there's as someone who was a waitress for so long, there's one thing that's more annoying than a rude customer, and it's a brown nosing one.
Oh.
And so I wonder if it's like, I don't know.
You prefer a bad customer to someone who's overly nice?
Well, but are they just trying to get rebooked? Because it becomes a bit elitist.
There's something going on mentally there, Katie. That's revealed something.
Or maybe we should all just shut the fuck up. Like, why do we need to be reviewing anyone? I mean,
well, so this is the bigger question.
So
right?
stressful.
It is stressful. So
someone's going to review this podcast. And they're going to say, why the fuck did he get that banshee on?
Banshee. No, but they will.
4 stars.
Get the banshee on again. But this is the article you sent that mentioned this restaurant that reviews customers. Basically placed this kind of one example of a restaurant amongst a wider debate around the act of reviewing.
Yes.
So like they were saying that
we're all a reviewer.
We're all a reviewer, exactly. And this is sort of similar in a way to the story. We had Charlie Martin, racing driver, on the podcast a few weeks ago, who brought a story about basically like Borough Market banning influencers because everyone's a fucking reviewer now. They don't know what they're talking about. Yeah. So this story is about like whether we're being over-reviewed. Yeah. Like you buy like a duvet, and then you get emails asking to review it. Yeah. And then it also uncovered, like they said that there was a story of a North London restaurant chain that were blackmailed because a group kept posting 1-star reviews. A gang was posting 1-star reviews and said they'd keep going unless they were paid off. Yeah. And then on Amazon Marketplace, there are brands that, like, they said something like 10% of people who buy stuff off Amazon are offered like coupons by the company to give them 5-star reviews. So can we trust reviews?
I don't know. I mean, my career's based on reviews.
Right.
Like I sell tickets as a comedian based on reviews. I mean, I wasn't getting as many reviews this year in Edinburgh, and I was selling based on word of mouth, which was amazing because I think that kind of dilutes the reviews, doesn't it, that you get in the press, because social media is doing a lot of the work for you because that's just public opinion. Yeah. But when I did get the reviews from the broadsheets, my sales shot up.
Really?
And I was so one of the reasons I get so scared to go to Edinburgh is because of reviews. Yeah. It's like the thing that all comedians feel the most stressed about. And they're lying if they say that they
It's the most stress. Really?
It makes me stressed, yeah.
So you're more stressed about the review than like... That's the most stressful part.
If I know there's not a reviewer... I don't know when reviewers are in. I don't ask. Sure. And I stopped Googling myself after a couple of days in Edinburgh because I thought I just can't cope with this anxiety.
So you were Googling to see if there had been a review?
Googling, yeah. Obviously, I was just on the Are We Dating the Same Guy group. But
you were being reviewed in there.
I was being reviewed in there.
Has anyone seen this show?
And listened to on that podcast. Stupid bitch. But no, but it does drive sales. So reviews, I guess reviews are important. But I just think, but then people say, oh, don't read reviews, Katie. They're not important.
Yeah.
But then why are they helping my sales?
It's weird, isn't it? Because there's also in Edinburgh, there's like audience reviews, aren't there? Do you get?
Oh, so I don't have those. I use social media. I think social media
them.
sells a lot of my tickets because even though I don't have loads of followers, like I have a lot of engagement with people that will write after my show. They'll do a post, which is nice. But I mean, we're all expected to review. We're all expected to have an opinion. Yeah. But then also we're told that my opinion of you is not your business.
Yes.
But yet you're asking me what my opinion is.
Yes. Yeah. It's a weird. I think it is this thing where like. The internet has given everyone they've emboldened people to voice their view when it's
but then when they do I don't want to hear it.
Yes. You're right. I mean, this is maybe there's
nothing more embarrassing than writing a review.
Yeah, it is embarrassing. I've only ever written one review in my life, and I co-wrote it with my friend because we went to this Spanish tapas restaurant in Manchester and we had the best meal of our lives, and we were still a bit drunk, but we spent a good 45 minutes writing this review.
Name the restaurant.
I can't remember. It's in...
Piece of shit!
It's in Chorlton.
Oh,
in Manchester. Chorlton Cum Hardy. And so I think it will be the tapas restaurant in Chorlton Cum Hardy. Okay. It's incredible.
Wow, okay. Great. That's great.
Yeah, that's great. We're using the power of reviewing.
If you are the tapas restaurant in Chorlton Cum Hardy...
Yes. Please get in touch.
Everyone go.
Yeah, please go.
Get in touch.
And we could go.
Yeah, we'd love that.
We'd love that.
Yeah.
But
if you're one guy, no, I'm kidding. One guy doing fine. Can I tell you a secret? And
Yeah.
So I'm not very good at, obviously, like there's a sort of culture, isn't there, that we're not good at sending our food back or whatever.
Yes.
My friend is really good at it, and everywhere we go, if something's not quite right, she'll call the waiter over and she'll deal with it.
Okay.
And it sends me. I mean, I have to go outside and vape. I can't. But I respect it because, the meal could be expensive.
Yeah.
You don't go out for dinner very often. But I've started doing this thing where I've started writing TripAdvisor reviews under a pseudonym called Viv.
No.
Yeah.
What?
I'm that.
You're
I
the
tried
problem.
It was a social. Well, I tried it. I thought I'd try it to see if I could, because Katie can't.
You need an alter ego.
Viv.
So
Viv reviews and Viv.
Here lies the problem. So what are you reviewing as Viv?
Restaurants. But I'm not mean.
Right.
Viv's pretty, like, her needs are pretty basic.
Okay.
Like if Viv's enjoyed the meal, she'll say, lovely small plates, bit small, I was a bit hungry afterwards.
Okay.
Lovely waiter, really nice wine, chairs made my back a bit sore.
Okay. Right. So
That's what Viv says.
I think, Katie, that's a nightmare. That is
But
what
Viv doing what we're all kind of thinking.
Yeah, but this is what this article is partly about, because they're saying that reviewing is like people who don't have the balls.
Yeah, and that's me.
Yeah, but then keep your views to yourself.
Yeah, but what about Viv? Viv doesn't read the comments. She doesn't read the replies. But anyway, I've tried it. I don't do it all the time, but just when I got something I want to say, Viv is my mouthpiece.
How many reviews have you written of Viv?
I think 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many of those were good reviews?
I think about 4 stars. Yeah.
Okay, all 3 of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I get reviewed.
It's true. I mean, there's an element, isn't
All
there?
the time.
There's a middle ground between, like...
Can't wait to read the comments.
Can't wait for this episode to be reviewed. There's a middle ground between, like, providing a business some good feedback.
Absolutely.
To improve the service,
Yeah.
and to improve your next visit, perhaps.
And also, the chairs needed backs.
Okay.
And they might get backs
Fine.
if there's a few other comments.
Okay, I'm coming round to Viv.
I wanted to enjoy the meal a bit more just because I wanted a back on the chair. You know, when you're paying for an expensive meal, but you're on a high bar.
I don't like that. Yeah, to be fair, I don't like that.
That's all Viv is saying.
Yes. Okay, fair enough.
And I wouldn't
Viv
say it to their face.
God forbid I have to make eye contact with anyone and provide something that isn't just glowing praise. But this is what, going back to the original part of this story, the restaurant that is reviewing its customers,
Yeah.
they would tell Viv to fuck off.
Yeah.
And they have been. They've been telling Viv
Yeah.
to fuck off. They're no longer reading their reviews.
Fine.
They don't give a shit if you're reviewing.
Yeah.
They just want people who are going to have a good time, and they decide that based on a filter system.
Yeah.
Where they allow people to come back or not.
Yeah, which has been existing for a long time anyway, like private members clubs and stuff.
Yeah.
Because it kind of promotes that elitism a little bit.
Yes.
Which I don't know is a good thing.
Well, that was the other challenge of this story, where the journalist was like, I'm not sure this restaurant's just being a bit snooty, actually. There's a level of snootiness to be like, actually, we just want our clientele to be fancy, and we won't allow people to come back.
And then you're like, well, how much of it is just kind of confirmation bias or something?
Yeah, everyone in there is just from the same like street in London.
Yeah, imagine if you were in there and everyone looked like you.
They're all called Viv.
Viv, don't knock Viv. She's doing her best, and Viv is a part of me that I haven't been able to access publicly yet. And I think it's because I'm my mother's daughter, and my mum goes to book club every Monday, and they meet in this pub They meet in this pub. There's only one pub, and they meet. And they order lunch, her and her friends, and they get sick. They get food poisoning because the chef isn't a very good cook.
Every week.
They never complain, and they go back every single week. And my mum texts me afterwards, and I say, "How are you, Mum?" She says, "Oh, I feel terrible, Katie. I had my salad was a bit, I don't think my salad was maybe a bit warm, and Sue found a hair in her quiche and been on the toilet for 24 hours. Mum, did you tell them?" "Oh, no, I don't want to be difficult." "You should tell them, Mum." "Well, no, we can't. There's nowhere else to meet. I don't want to disrupt the ladies, and, Sue has MS, and, it's a bit stressful to complain." So they just go. They've been going for like 2 years.
It's worse.
They get so sick every time.
That's worse than not complaining. They're actively killing themselves over just not being able to be like, this is not good.
Mum's scampi was off. Burger was raw.
Oh my God. They must be the only people propping that place up, though.
They are. She said we're the only people in there. She said she felt bad. So she'd rather be sick and go.
Oh Oh my god! The worst thing to add to this story would be if that pub starts reviewing their customers and they get barred. That would be awful.
I know.
Imagine that.
These sweet ladies.
They come in here and they shit everywhere.
Yeah.
We're not having them back.
And they're like, thank you.
Brown noses.
I know. So that, I have a fear of that kind of. I don't know where we get that from. That British kind of.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it's a very British thing, isn't it? Not to complain, but it's. I think also a very British thing now in the modern age to not complain, but then create alter egos called Viv to be passag in the comments and websites.
I know. I'll work on myself. I promise I will. Viv will work on herself. That's going to be my next show. It's going to be Viv.
There you go. You've got your next show. Yeah. Viv. Katie Norris presents Viv.
You'll see a review of this podcast from Viv.
I'll keep an eye out.
The chairs are comfortable.
The chairs at least have backs here, so I think it's going to be a good review from Viv. Katie Norris, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. These were fantastic headlines, a fantastic selection, lots of food for thought. And hopefully we can keep an eye out for Viv.
And Exmoor, the
Exmoor Beast. And a reminder again that you are doing a show at the Soho Theatre.
Yeah, and I'm going on a little mini tour as well.
And going on a mini tour. Do you want to name where you're going?
I'm going to Bristol, Bath, Manchester, London, Maidenhead. That's about it.
Okay, lovely.
Yeah.
Well, please watch out for tickets and go see Katie.
And hey guys, it's just nice to make some new fans.
Katie Norris, thank you so much.
Thank you.
You've been listening to The Truth in My Opinion. This week's guest was Katie Norris and I've been Cody Darling. See you next week.